Hello, welcome to my channel. I am going to do a reading here for the new moon in Aquarius that's coming up on January the 24th. This new moon energy reading is going to be for air signs, so that's the sign of Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is going to be for all three signs. I'm going to pull as many messages as I can to see what the energy will be like for you around the new moon and leading through the new moon cycle. The new moon cycle ends with the full moon next month on February 9th. And the new moon energy is usually used to set your intentions, to set your goals, and try to work within the new moon to full moon time frame to kind of make your goals happen, or at least get a step closer to those goals. So when I am experiencing new moon energy, I like to set my intentions by journaling and by meditating on what it is that I want to see happen over this cycle. So I'm going to pull some energy for you air signs to see maybe what you need to focus on, or what the energy will be like around you, or what you will be going through around this new moon energy in Aquarius. So let's see, this is going to be for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and all of the decks have been pre-shuffled and meditated on, and we're going to see what we get. We have a full moon card that says surrender to the divine. We have a full moon in Taurus. It says that your dreams need a practical plan. And we have a full moon in Sagittarius. It says look at the bigger picture. The bottom of the deck energy is a full moon in Capricorn. So I definitely feel like a lot of you air signs, with all of this full moon energy being out, you are going through some type of transformation. Maybe something ended in your life, a relationship, a job, anything of that nature, because I'm definitely feeling a lot of full moon energy when energy or the energy cycle is closed up. The full moon in Capricorn card says the end of a tough cycle approaches. So I definitely feel like with that ending, or before this ending happened or happened, you have been experiencing some pretty tough or heavy energy surrounding something that may have ended in your life. So let's see if we can get more information on that or any new messages. We'll get some mermaid oracle cards for air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, for the new moon in Aquarius, please. We have treasure chest. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. We have pay attention. Notice repetitious signs and your inner guidance, as this can yield valuable information. And explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. Bottom of the deck says positive energy. It says surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. So this is some great advice for you air signs to keep in mind for this new moon cycle. I'm definitely feeling like with surrender to the divine, you will be seeing some type of blessing around this time frame, and it could be financial, but it's gonna be a result, or I guess it's gonna be the good karma from something that you've had to recently endure, right? It's gonna be a blessing. It's gonna be divinely guided towards you or divinely given to you. Your dreams need a practical plan is being clarified by the pay attention card. So if you're not sure what actual 3D physical steps you need to take in order to put a plan into action, or in order to pursue this new chapter in your life or this new cycle in your life, you can pay attention to the divine, the same one that has blessed you or will be blessing you with this financial or very emotionally fulfilling blessing. You can receive signs from God, from the universe, from spirit. You can get the answers that you need by being aware of the signs, being aware or tapped into your intuition. With this card, full moon in Sagittarius saying look at the bigger picture and saying explore your options, I definitely feel like you have many, many choices here that may come up for you in this cycle. You will need to carefully choose what path you want to go down. And in order to choose correctly, you will need to look at the bigger picture. So it may be something that is bigger than yourself, something that not only benefits you, but benefits multiple people. That could be a message for some of you. Let's see if we can get any more information here for the air signs, please. We have moving on. This is the Six of Swords in this deck. We have spiritual strength, the Nine of Wands, and we have suffering in silence, the Nine of Swords. Maybe the many options that you have kind of confuses you and kind of gives you a little bit of anxiety. I know that having too many choices for some people can feel overwhelming. So I definitely feel like that is the case here with this energy being clarified by the Nine of Swords. Some of you could be having anxious thoughts, or you have so much on your mind that you're up at night worrying about how you're going to do this or what you're going to do. I do see that while you have gone through what you have gone through, it has contributed to your spiritual growth. It has given you some spiritual muscles. It has led you closer to seeking out spirituality, or maybe it has led you closer to some type of spiritual tool that you can now use, you maybe have learned to use, that can help you to stay connected to the divine. We have moving on, clarifying this energy. I feel like you are being pushed into a calmer cycle, into a more abundant cycle, into a better, just new and positive energy. We did have the full moon in Capricorn saying that the end of a tough cycle approaches. Know that we have just left Capricorn season. I definitely feel like with the Two of Swords showing up at the bottom of the deck, it says mental conflict in this deck. This is being you're at a stalemate pretty much. You're unsure of what choice to make. So I definitely feel like, again, if you pay attention, you will know what you need to choose, what you need to do, what direction you need to go in. You will be given signs and guidance from God or the universe as you continue to ask for it. Let's see what type of energies or emotions you may be dealing with during this cycle. Air signs. This is for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius for the new moon cycle. We have blame. Your blame card says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. You have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And you have happiness. Happiness card says, I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Courage is at the bottom of the deck. It says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So this inner strength, I definitely feel like it's your intuition. Remember, we have the spiritual strength card here, the Nine of Wands. This spiritual strength, this ability to hear and rely on your intuition comes from this tough cycle that you've been through, or these battles that you've had to endure to get you to this point. I feel like, air signs, you have to be honest with yourself in this cycle. And you have to accept blame where blame is due. If you know that, I don't want to say it's your fault, but if you know that you have, let's use some examples here. If you are heartbroken because you had to finally end a relationship that you know was not good for you, or someone ended a relationship with you, you have to accept the responsibility that it had come to this because maybe red flags were ignored, or maybe you are experiencing some type of life change, whether it's job, moving, love, whatever it is. And the reason that you're experiencing this, or what has led up to this, is something that you are responsible for, because you're responsible for your choices and your actions and what you choose to do and what way you go. I know that sometimes things can happen that you have no control over, but when that happens, you you go with the flow. You trust that God is allowing these things to happen to you for some reason, some lesson, something bigger than you. And then you can't do anything about it. But for those things that you can control, you control them. And sorry, I'm a little distracted. My phone's ringing and I'm not sure who this is. But I feel like, bottom line, you have to go through something. And, let's not focus the blame on other people, because you can change what you can control, and you cannot control the actions or the feelings of other people. So when this card says to accept responsibility for your own well-being, it's saying, okay, this happened to me or for me, however you want to look at it. What do I do now? What direction do I go in now? What action do I take now? Be honest with yourself about something. With happiness, I feel like a lot of you are on the right path. Whether you've chosen this path or this path was given to you, I definitely feel like you're on the right path and you have enough knowledge and enough strength to go down this path. So the next thing I'm going to look at is love. With the romance angel cards for the air signs, for the Aquarius New Moon. Let's get 3 cards, please, for the air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So I know that when I'm channeling, sometimes things just come out. But the terminology is always going to be used for a reason if the message is coming through clearly. And I feel like this message is clear for someone if it resonates with you. Romance, we have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. These are the same signs over here that's saying pay attention. Notice repetition signs and use your inner guidance, as this can yield valuable information. So if you have ignored red flags in the past and now this relationship ends because you choose to no longer ignore these red flags, you're going with your inner intuition and you decide to walk away from someone. You are being mindful and aware of your red flags. Now, if you don't have red flags, by all means, stay with your person. That's not who this message is for. This message here, particularly when it comes to love, is for someone who had red flags shown to them but decided to stay until they can no longer ignore the red flags. And instead of blaming the other person for where you are, it's definitely important for self-growth and for self-love and for healing to be honest with yourself and accept the responsibility for your own well-being. Know that it is now you, or it is you, it always has been, but it is you who is responsible for how happy you are, or what you choose to let get to you and not get to you, or what you choose to let be present in your life or not be present in your life. Someone is going through a separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So you may have separated from someone because, again, the red flags became too much and you decided to walk away. This card over here is saying to explore your options, right? Explore your options instead of suffering in silence. Look at the bigger picture And stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance if you want to move on. We do have passion coming in. So I do want to say, for a small group of you, sometimes steps can be blinding. And sometimes it's hard to see those red flags, or the red flags start to look blurry when you're engaged intimately with a person. So that's a message for some of you. In this passion card, it says, allow your heart and soul to sink with joy. I feel like you want to be with someone who you're passionate about, someone who's passionate about you. Before we move on to more oracle cards, let's just get an energy to see if we can get more information about what has already come out. For air signs, please, for this moving cycle. What else can you tell us about this energy? We have a tower. So something happens unexpected. So sometimes in a romantic relationship, if you choose to stay in a relationship that is not serving your highest good, and you are unhappy and low vibrational, and you have been shown many, many red signs, but you choose to continue to ignore them and ignore your intuition, then sometimes God will take that decision out of your hands and bring you a power moment. You do have the Knight of Wands. This is again referring to passionate person. And I hear a lot of readers say that the Knight of Wands is an in and out energy. So this person may not have been stable for you. It may just be a booty call, or someone that you deal with intimately. And you know that they have multiple people, that they're juggling other people, that you're not the only one, but you want to be the only one. And this person, you're not the only one in this situation. There are other people. I have the Two of Pentacles here with the Knight of Wands. So I definitely feel like you, with exploring your options over here and suffering in silence, you choose to, or you can choose to move on. We did have the moving on card. You can choose to move on from this situation because you no longer want to be juggled. You don't want to entertain this anymore, so you go into separation with this person. I feel like that wasn't an easy decision for you to come to. Yeah, I definitely see you moving forward, but you move forward and you move towards success, because I feel like if you do move forward, let's see what happens after the period. Yeah. So you move on, and then your person has a complete change of heart. They now feel like they're missing an opportunity with you. They feel like you're interested in someone else, so you don't want to be with them. They feel abandoned and left out in the cold. I have the Four of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. I feel like there's a person here that knows that if they let you go, if you choose to not be with them anymore, that you're going to find your happiness somewhere else, and they don't want you to be happy without them. And that's kind of typical. You know, no one ever hardly wants to see their ex move on. And if you can honestly say you want to see your ex move on and be happy with someone else, then you have grown. You're very mature adult. And God bless you for that. But not a lot of people can say that, so your person is not saying that, Arizona. Your person does not want to see you move on and be happy. Let's see what changes you would be experiencing here during this new moon cycle. It's a lot of messages, or I feel like it is anyway from what I've just went through, because it's 3 signs in one, so please take whatever fits for your situation. What type of changes will you be experiencing? We have body changes. Some of you could be doing something to like lose weight. I feel like some of you have set like your New Year's resolution, or you could be just setting your new intentions for this new moon cycle that's coming in to sober up. We do have sobriety here and self-care. So I definitely feel like some of you are going to be changing your habits, not engaging in your vices. Bottom of the deck for your changes says realization and epiphany. So someone's having like a wake-up call happen for them here. And that's cool. Someone has some type of vice. It could be drinking or drugs, or not even that. Maybe it's an eating habit or anything. But you're definitely going to be making a change surrounding that. And you will see results in your physical form as you do this, as you come clean off of this drink or this drug or whatever it is. We do have self-care here. This is telling you to be mindful of caring for yourself. If your intuition is aware and knows that you should not be ignoring red flags, and it makes you aware of that, then you do not need to ignore red flags. Okay? Let's see if we have any other messages here for the air signs, for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We have abundance coming in here. So some of you do have an actual windfall coming into your life in some form. And it's going to be happening in the near future. Within the next few months. So in the near future, within the next few months, we do have no at the bottom of the deck. So if you had a question, okay, no. No, you don't need to be with that person. No, you don't need to be afraid. No, you don't need to worry. You have abundance coming into your life in the near future, within the next few months. So let's get some final messages for the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We have the Knight of Swords. So this talks about a fast-moving energy, and this person's on a mission, right? This person can be harsh sometimes, depending on what it is they come to say. But in this particular deck, this is a guy getting on a bike and burning off somewhere. So I definitely feel like some of you are leaving a situation. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords. Clarify the Knight of Swords for air signs, please. We have the King of Swords. And this is the mature thing to do, because you've gone from the Knight to the King. And it's still the same element. It's still very logical. It's still very well thought through. Still very communicative. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. So you have definitely left somebody in the cold. You've left. If you have physically left a home, or you are physically leaving a home, you're like leaving the key behind, leaving whatever they need behind so they don't have to come ask you for nothing else. Like completely cutting them off. The Six of Swords. So moving forward. I feel like that realization, that epiphany that you had, it's going to be life-changing. It's going to completely move you in a different direction, in a direction of healing, divine timing. This is a miracle. Anything else? We have the Five of Swords. It's definitely not been an easy decision for you to come through. It could have been a contract involved. This could be a marriage for some people, or a job in which you had a contract with them, or a commitment at least to them, and you are leaving, or you have left this place. And it has caused you some mental conflict. I can definitely see that. But you have the Ace of Cups coming in here. Bottom of the deck, clarifying your whole reading. And I definitely feel like this is not going to be for the worse. It's going to be for the better. Any final messages for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for the new moon energy? We have co-create. Could be partnering up with someone very significant here. Coming together to discuss some type of stability. And it may not be easy. It may not be. I'm feeling for a group of you, you're actually moving, relocating. And it's causing you to have to change some things about yourself or about the way that you live. But you know that it's like it has to be done. It's like when it said earlier that your goals need a practical, your dreams need a practical plan. This is like chop wood. This is like the everyday routine of it all to get to where it is you're trying to go. Bottom of the deck says building blocks. So again, get to where it is that you need to go. I feel like it's going to be in a very good direction. I feel like you're going to come into partnership with someone, and it may cause conflict because it's forcing a change in you. Maybe not even into partnership with a physical person, but you can be coming into partnership with the divine and tapping into that intuition that the divine gave you, and it's causing you a change in yourself or your flesh or whatever you want to call it. It's very your ego, your shadow side. It's very uncomfortable with this change, but it's a very necessary change. I don't know. I felt like pulling another card, and this is the card that's out. Regeneration. This is a change. This is a transformation. So air sign, you have a major transformation coming as a result of something that you have left or will be leaving, because you are thinking logically and eliminating your mental conflict around it. Some of you may still be going through some mental conflict. You will come out of it. You just need to take it step by step, day by day, and kind of work at it each day. Okay? So I'm going to pull from one final deck. So there's one message for you. Air sign. A very important message for the air sign, please. We have stepping into power. This card says you are strong beyond measure. There you go. You are strong beyond measure. You need to know that. You've definitely learned something here, so use it. Okay? That's all I have for you. Bye.